see a very new and interesting topic. So the topic is about your teachers. So you all love your teachers, right? You all have your own favorite teachers. So in the same way here, the poet is writing about his schoolmaster. Okay, his schoolmaster when he was staying in the village. So in this poem, the poet Oliver Goldsmith, he has written a poem named called The Village Schoolmaster. Okay, he has written a poem that is The Village Schoolmaster. In this, Oliver Goldsmith has described about his teacher. Okay, how his teacher used to be and how well versed he was, how intelligent he was, and such a knowledgeable person he was, his schoolmaster was. Before going into the lesson, we will see a short note on Oliver Goldsmith. We will know about the poet Oliver Goldsmith student. So here, his name is Oliver Goldsmith. The poet's name is Oliver Goldsmith and his place of birth is Longfield. Okay, he was born at Longfield and the award which he got is degree of Doctor of Medicine. Okay, degree of Doctor of Medicine. But Oliver Goldsmith did not practice doctor. Okay, he was not practicing as a doctor. He got an award as a degree of Doctor of Medicine. But he started to write. Okay, he became a writer. And his works, okay, the books which he has written or novels which he has written are The Traveller in the year 1764. Okay, the first one is The Traveller in the year 1764. Next is Vicar of Wakefield 1766. Okay, the second one is Vicar of Wakefield 1766. The third one is The Deserted Village 1770. Okay, The Deserted Village 1770. And the fourth is She Stoops to Conquer 1773. Okay, so the fourth one is She Stoops to Conquer 1773. So this is a short note about the poet. I will repeat again. His name is Oliver Goldsmith and his place of birth is at Longfield and the award which he got is degree of Doctor of Medicine and his works are The Traveller 1764, Vicar of Wakefield 1766, The Deserted Village 1770 and She Stoops to Conquer 1773. So this is a short note about the author. And this poem, okay, The Village Schoolmaster is an extract from The Deserted Village. Okay, the poem The Village Schoolmaster is an extract of The Deserted Village. Okay students, now let us get into the poem. I'll read you the poem. Listen to me carefully. So the first stanza. Beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way, with blossomed firs unprofitable gay, there in his mansion skilled to rule, the village master taught his little school. So in the first stanza here, the author is describing about the place where the school was situated. So how his school was situated and how was the surrounding in his school. So the first line says, beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way. So yon means over there. Okay, yon means over there and straggling means spread out. Okay, beside the school there were the fence. Okay, like we have fence, right? So it protects from people to enter the compound. So this is a fence and it was spread out wide and the fence was spread out wide. That skirts the way. Skirts means goes around. The fence was put around the school. Okay, the school is here. If the school is here, the fence was put around the school. With blossomed firs, unprofitable gain. So with blossomed firs, so surrounding this school, there was blossomed firs. Blossomed firs means mass of flowers. Well, like garden it was. Okay, it was too much of flowers near the school, and there were grasses too. And unprofitable gain. Okay, gay means merry or happy. The who is the unprofitable there? The schoolmaster. Okay, he is saying that his master was not thinking about the profit. He was an unprofitable man and he wasn't gay. He was merry and happy. There in his mansion, skilled to rule. So he had a mansion. Mansion means a large impressive house, a huge house. Okay, he had a large mansion, skilled to rule, and he was very skilled. Okay, his master was very skilled to rule. The village master taught his little school. Okay, so beside his mansion there was a school and he was very skilled and he taught his little school. Okay, he was also teaching in the school. Fine. Now the second line. A man severe he was and stern to view. I knew him well and every truant knew the day's disaster in his morning face. Full well they laughed with counterfeited glee. So here in the first line the author is telling that a man severe he was and stern to view. The village master was looking very stern and severe. Okay, he was stern to look. Stern to look means he was strict. Okay, he was strict in his behavior as well as he also looked strict. Okay, both his behavior is also strict and the way he looked is also was very strict. I knew him well. So the poet says that he knew the schoolmaster well. And every truant knew. Okay, truant means one who stays away from school without permission. So the students who will come irregular to school also, even they also know the schoolmaster well, how strict he is and how skilled he is. Well, had the boarding tremblers learned to trace and they can predict. Okay, they can predict. The boarding means predict. Okay, predict whether how the mood of the master is. Okay, so they can predict, learn to trace. Okay, whether the master is in a strict mood or he is in very casual mood. So they have learned to predict seeing this face. The day's disaster in his morning phase. So how will they predict that it's going to be that he's very strict, he's in a casual mode? Seeing his morning phase, okay, the day's disaster, if there is any misfortune, okay, day's disaster means the day, if it is going to be good for the students or bad for the students, they will come to know by seeing the schoolmaster's face in the morning. Even you will be, if you enter the school, if you, as soon as you see your teachers, you will come to know whether your teacher is in a good mood or in a bad mood. You can predict, no? In the same way here in the lesson also, here the poet can predict whether his schoolmaster was in a good mood or in a bad mood. Full well they laughed with counterfeited glee at all his jokes, for many a joke had he. Full well the busy whisper circling round conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. So when the schoolmaster makes any jokes, okay, any old jokes, kind of joke, or if the jokes which is not understandable, okay, counterfeited glee means pretending to be joy. If the schoolmaster says any joke to the students, they all laugh, whether they understand the joke or if they are not understanding the joke. Both the situations, these students laugh. But in most of the times, they won't understand the joke. They will not be understand the joke which the schoolmaster is making. But then they pretend to be in joy. Okay, they pretend to understand the joke and they start laughing with the other students. Full well the busy whisper circling round conveyed the dismal tidings when he frowned. So, if the teacher is in a very bad mood, if he is very angry, and that news will go on to the other students, okay, they will be in a circling round. They will start whispering about how the teacher mood is. If he is in a very bad mood, they start telling it to all the students in the school. Okay, it will be like a rumor spread like anything, that the teacher is not in a very good mood. Be careful. So it is such kind of whisper that will be passing around. Even you do that, no, if the teacher is not in a good mood, you say no, teacher is very angry, sit quiet, you just tell it to your friends, and they will pass up to other students. No, in the same way here, these students also are doing the same thing. They start to whisper whether the village school master is in a good mood or not.
Okay, students, I will continue this poem in the next class. Until then, stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.